So let's get into the details here. So let's welcome the user. Print times 70 times 70. There we go. Print shape area calculator. I'm going to go fairly generic on my user interface. Feel free to make yours more exciting. Yeah, you do your own. Yeah, do your own for sure. The menu choices now. So print, press 1 for triangle. Print, press 2 for rectangle. Okay, easy enough. I'm going to print another blank line. I like my white space. Okay. I also probably, if I was just doing this, would also separate it like this. Just, I like to have nice, clean, spaced out code. Just makes me feel very satisfied. Kind of like when you make your bed and it's perfectly smooth and symmetrical. I don't know, maybe you're not as, whatever that is, as I am. But all right. So we are going to get a menu choice, and I'm just going to call that str menu. I don't need to convert the 1 and 2 to digits because I'm not going to do math with them. So I'll just check them the way they come in, which is they are going to be strings for 1 and 2. So I'm going to say input, what do you choose? Okay. Now I am going to strip those because I don't want any extra spaces. Okay, that's all I really need to do. And now, ta-da! If I'm just going to combine that here. There we go. If so, I'll say if str menu equals str1, the string 1. There's that. And I'm going to throw a pass right here for now. This is where I might use that if I'm going from big to more detailed, right? If they choose 2, that would be my elif. Str menu equals 2. And again, I'm going to put a pass in there to remove the error for now. I'll get rid of it later because we don't need that there. And then the last thing is else. And so there's my big structure. Now I'm at the point where I'm literally assignment 3 and assignment 3, but different. Just right in there, just indented, and it'll work just like that. So I'm going to print the error message first. You can't choose that. Try again. Okay. And always a good idea to let them know that the program has ended. Thanks for trying out my program. Goodbye. All right. Now notice this last line of code is not indented because that's gonna run no matter what they do, but at the very end. So there's all my stuff. And let's just get this triangle filled in, and I will leave you to do the rest. Okay, so I'm going to say, now, this is where I have a choice, right? This is where I would do the checking to see if they entered something valid. These are extra steps. Right now, I'm just going to get the information, convert it on the fly and throw caution to the wind. If you want to do the extra challenge, this is where you're gonna check their input, and you're only gonna do the calculations if it's a numeric string, right? So that's where you do it. So you're gonna convert and do the calculations only if it's a numeric string. So I'm going to say FL base equals, I'm going to change it to a float, input, what is the base, FL height equals float, input, what is the height. Calculate it, FL area equals, we've got 0.5 times FL base times FL height. And then we print the results. Print your triangle has an area of, and we'll say FL area, and I'm going to format that to only 2 decimal spaces. So there's one. The program's well over half done at this point. Now I just need to fill in the rectangle, but it would be a very similar format. So if I run this, here is my interface. What do I choose? I choose 1. What's the base? 10. What's the height? 10. Okay, so triangle has an area of 50. So trying out my program, goodbye. I can always check my math using Google. It's very easy. So that is 1. And if I go through and I choose rectangle, it's just going to end the program because I don't have anything else in there. But no errors because I added the word pass under that branch here. Else is just if they enter something else. So I could show you that too. If I enter like option 3, you can't choose that, try again. Thanks for trying out my program. Now, when we add loops to this, we'll be able to say, you can't choose that, please choose a valid option. And then it'll go back to that main menu and it'll say, what do you choose? And we can make it keep doing that until they choose something valid. At that point, we're in pretty good control of the user experience. But right now, we're kind of baby stepping our way in. So I'm not going to give you the answer for how this would look if you check the data, because I want you to kind of puzzle with that yourself. But what I'd recommend is get this working, the basic version, and then try to add the checking. Like that's a more specific thing. You know what I mean? If you're working from general to specific, get the easy version working first without the data checking, and then try and add that next.